Hey everyone, welcome back to The Boring Life. This is episode 13, and back to you from what is now cloudy and rainy Vancouver, the normal Vancouver, I guess. I'm gonna keep this one short today for this week, just because as you might be able to tell from my voice, I'm quite sick. And I just got hit with some kind of virus last weekend, and it's getting better but getting worse at the same time. It's a roller coaster, and I actually have some podcast interviews to do this coming few days. I'm a little worried about that, but I'm gonna try to speak as less as possible. And so I do hope that this is all you can understand what I'm saying. I'm not too nasally, but yeah. So this week we're covering the period from June 24th to June 30th, and what's it, episode 13. This week's been it's been good, other than being sick. But I guess I'd rather be sick when I'm with family than when I'm not. And I'd rather be sick during my quarterly retreat than when I'm actually, on the ground running. So this is much preferred. And so what happened? Well, other than getting sick, which was a huge development because it really stopped me from doing any kind of work, my mental capacity just shut down completely. And I'm just trying to squeeze out every little energy to do some basic stuff. Oh, look, a plane. That's nice. Oh man. So I also finished a book. I finished Jerry Colonna's Reboot, and I've been a huge fan of Jerry Colonna and his company and his podcast, everything called Reboot. And he's practically the coach for startups, and he's known as the guy that makes CEOs cry. And I really enjoyed his book. It was a book on radical self-inquiry, a topic I very much am passionate about, and you get a sense of how Jerry Colonna runs his kind of coaching program, and it also definitely made me think a lot more. Going through a lot more self-actualization this week on why I might be doing all the things I've been doing, why I've been making the decisions I made, and the beliefs that I had of the world as well as who I was that might have driven decisions to always wanting to stand out, wanting to be different, the obsession with, or rather the fear of not fitting in and the anxiety that comes with it, and also just the uncertainty of direction. And I think I've been able to find more clarity, and not really clarity on like getting an answer, but rather coming to terms with it and being comfortable with where I am. And so I think that these kinds of mental shifts were very valuable this week, and a lot of them are very kind of eureka moments, things very personal to me. And yeah, I think this was a very good book for me, and it was a very good book to read at this particular time. So I actually picked it up right before I came to Vancouver, the day before actually, and so I'm very happy that I made time to read it. And yeah, it's been there's a lot to unpack, which I haven't done yet because I got sick. So that's something I hope to do. But that was a huge part of my week, just sitting down, reading, thinking, writing. I did that practically every single day. A lot of my routines just went out the window. I still fasted I think on average 14, 15 hours. It was a roller coaster on that too. Like my lowest fast was 14 hours a day. My longest fast was 19 hours. So it just varied. but I still try to keep at least 14 hours. But yeah, like the journaling, a lot of it just moved onto my notebook. I just didn't want to have my computer around with me wherever I went, and so I have to put a lot of the stuff that's on paper into digital, so I just have records of it. But it's also been good. I've enjoyed writing in the notebook. There's a nice serenity to it. And one of my essays got curated on Medium. It's the essay on quantifying the return on people. And I might not look elated, but when it happened, I was elated. it's it's one of those tough things. Like for Medium writers, the way that we would make most of our money is when an article gets curated, because when Medium curators, people that Medium has chosen worthy to read through all these and pick, okay, this article is worthy for other paying members. When they curate your article, it gets distributed through Medium's kind of trusted distribution system. And yeah, you get way more views. It's practically way more eyeballs, more serious eyeballs, I guess, because these are more die-hard Medium fans, and so they want higher quality content. So being curated by Medium, it's kind of that kind of validation. I think this is my fourth piece that got curated by Medium, and yeah, there's a lot of writers who talk about getting curated, but there is no algorithm or formula, at least not none that others seems to have cracked. And so yeah, it's nice. It's like a form of validation, a little pat in the back for a nice essay, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. So that was a win this week. Um, yeah, I think that's basically it. Really, my dad's been more homemade food, so that's good, but also a lot of pastries. Letting myself go a little. My entire family loves pastries, and it's like the only time I come home is like when they'll also break their diets. Like my family's is very healthy. Like my mom can do those like the gymnast core things where you balance yourself with just your arms, not a handstand, but like you're sitting down, but you prop yourself up with your hands. Like she can do that, because she does like 30 minutes of core work every day, like every day. My dad goes to the gym every morning for about an hour or so. Yeah, my brother's, him and I were both powerlifters, and he's also a kinesiologist. So yeah, needless to say, I think we definitely have a very healthy household. But yeah, a lot of that goes out the window when I come, and everyone just has an excuse for us to just eat a fuck ton of pastries, which is always nice. It's nice. But yeah, other than that, the podcast that went out the last week was it was with Marie Chevrier. I probably butchered it, but she is the founder and CEO of Sampler, which is a startup company based around Toronto that's looking to transform the way consumers, the consumer packaged goods companies, distribute goods to people by using this kind of direct sampling method. But yeah, she's had a very fascinating entrepreneurial journey, coming out of Quebec and taking that leap into the unknown, not choosing not to go to business school and choosing to go to this incubator that nobody seemed to know about, and randomly having to move to New York. And like we just talk about the realities, how none of it's really glamorous at all. And yeah, what I really appreciated about this interview was how focused she was on honesty and transparency. It was such a big thing for her that I really respected her for it, and I think that made a big difference for our kind of conversation. Like I started trusting her more. Not that I didn't trust her, but it just felt more real and very genuine. Like she's having so much fun, running her company, talking about running her company. So it was a really fun interview. The essay I wrote it's titled "The Leader Evolves: Financial to People Allocation," and it's just an essay that I've been thinking a lot about where I believe that the best CEOs of the past were financial allocators, and in the future they will be people allocators. I'll just stop there. My throat is giving me a sign that this is probably enough. Yeah, so I actually have a podcast interview today, so pray for me. Although it's gonna be a bit of a time lag once you see this and when I'm doing things, but yeah, that's it for this week, and hopefully when I get back to you the next week, I will be healthier, at least for my voice. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye.